Welcome back to Thursday. Hope you're doing well. You doing well?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's a difficult week because nobody wants their life to cave in. Nobody wants things to go badly. Nobody wants their hopes and dreams to be crushed. And it's hard to face that and to talk about it and to think through it and to feel through it.
Well, I really appreciate you taking us through what God says about this stuff. It's helped me already, and I'm sure it'll help you. We want to talk a little bit more today about that. And again, when you're in that washing machine of emotions and you're in that place where everything seems to be falling apart and you're out of control, we've got decisions to make in the midst of it. We've got a life to run, a job to take care of, a family to manage. What can we do about those decisions that are before us?
Yeah. In the immortal words of Kenny Rogers, you got to know when to hold them, and you got to know when to fold them, and you got to know when to walk away.
Know when to run.
Yeah. Bill, oftentimes in difficult situations, we just react. We talked about being driven by our emotions. So we are reacting to the pain. We are reacting to the fear. We are reacting to the hurt. We are reacting to the betrayal. And when we react, usually bad things happen. Peter is there with Jesus in the garden, and Jesus has begged his friend, I am heavy, I am scared, I am overwhelmed. Won't you just come and pray with me? Peter falls asleep. Thanks, Peter, for being there for me, buddy. And then when Peter wakes up and realizes the soldiers are there to arrest Jesus, he chops the dude's ear off out of anger and frustration to protect Jesus. He didn't consider the consequences of that. He didn't consider the bigger plan that God had. He didn't count any cost. He just reacted.
He's dealing with his own shame, not being there for his brother, and now becoming the man.
Yeah. And so often when we react, we make mistakes and we sin. And so counting the cost, Bill, is so incredibly important. So when I look at a situation, before I react, I should count the cost. And I should really say, if I choose this way, this is what's going to happen. If I choose that way, this is what's going to happen. And by counting those costs, it gives God a chance to speak into that situation and to help me see, yes, you can chop the dude's ear off, but here are the negative consequences to that. Yes, you can trust God and surrender to this very scary, very difficult process, but here's what's going to happen there. And by counting those costs, I can see, well, I don't want this, I want that. But because I have not given in to the immediate bent of reaction, but I've counted costs, now I can see that's the outcome I want. I'm going to choose this path. So again, remember, number one was be still and know that I'm God, to take a deep breath, to pause. One of the things I've got to do when I take that deep breath is I've got to do what we're talking about today. I've got to count the cost. I've got to survey the trail. I've got to see if I take this road, that's where I'm going to end up, and I don't want to end up there. If I take this road, that's where I want to end up. So by counting the cost, now I can end up at the spot that I want to end up and that God wants me to end up, instead of creating more problems.
Yeah. Now, sometimes those decisions have to be made really quickly. If I happen to make a wrong one, what do I do then?
Well, for starters, you never have to act as quickly as you think you do.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, the pressure to react is self-imposed or self-inflicted. And I even go back to, I think it was last week when we talked about saying no.
Yeah.
If someone's pressuring you to make a decision now, consider where that's coming from. Is that really the Lord? Are they really helping you? Because oftentimes the right decision emanates from a place of slowness and trust and counting cost, not from a place of you need to decide and you need to decide now.
Man, beautiful stuff. Well, guys, end of another day. A lot of heavy stuff to consider. We hope this was helpful. We're going to look to the Apostle Paul tomorrow to wrap up our week, and we look forward to seeing you then.
See you next week.
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
It's only Thursday, dude.
See you tomorrow.